pops in here just gave me, man. I'm like for real? Yeah. I understand. As long as I got all my stuff, I'm straight. But you know, say he had ran into a little problem, whatever. I guess one of his his what do you call them, licenses for his truck had just recently expired, and they hit him for it. And so he said, "I need change. Change for what? I need change for 100." That white guy pulled out not 100s. I mean, not literally was this big. You think about how much that is when he pulling it out and he's just holding it. It's just that fucking big. When I saw that, I said, you know what? I want to earn just like that. He said, you know what? What you need, because I got enough to change your mind. You know, I was like, right on. Right on, man. Power to the truckers. You know, that let me know a lot about that, you know. So the money is here for you to earn. But as a minority in this industry, you is gonna get some shitty treatment. It might come from the company that you work for. It might come from the shippers or wherever it is that you're dropping the loads at. You might find it in these truck stops too. But the bottom line is, who paying your bills at home? Any bill that you got. That if you're a lease operator like I am, which you can end up buying that truck with a balloon payment at the end of the lease. Just like with a car. And own it yourself. You know what I'm saying? It is partially ownership, because once you get into the lease, you know what I'm saying, you're no longer an employee of that company. You're a partnership. So I listen to a lot of these truckers talking about they want to be the boss and all the other stuff. You know, whatever. Once you get out of that employee status, you are a boss. You might not be the big boss, but you are a boss. You know, and when I look at that, this industry as a minority, like I said, you will get some shitty treatment, but at the end of the day, who gonna pay your bills? Who gonna put food in your family's mouth? Who gonna buy them diapers and milk your baby need? You understand? You can get out there and fuss, fight, and get locked up and all the other good stuff. And then what? Money cut off, job lost, baby crying, shit everywhere. Foreclosure notes hanging on your door. Some of you might come from households where families was even taking advantage of your situation and trying to do any and everything possible to keep you in their house. These people don't know you or your situation. You know? But so I listened to former WWE champion John Cena when he said, rise above the hate. I wrote and told him one time, you know what I'm saying, when he first started in the WWE, I said, look at this. What is this, another Eminem look-alike? want to be? I told him in a letter. I would tell him to his face too. I thought you was just a little punk ass white boy just trying to get started. It ain't gonna last. But with every match he won, every single title that he held, and he held them titles for a very long time, and even went through, being paralyzed, got a neck fusion, and came back and still kicked ass. I told him, man, you earned my respect. You will never get disrespect from me. Never. Again. I just wanted to get that off my chest and let you know. You know? So. But that man earned my respect. And goddamn it, he will not get no disrespect from me. Unless he just out of the blue just want to start something with me. I'm like, I know I ain't gonna win, but goddamn it, guess what? I'm gonna step up to the plate anyway. But that's the same thing with The Rock. You know, that man has my respect too. I listen to them. You know. I talked to Guilty in the message. I don't know that man face to face, you know. But he was talking about what he went through that one time, and I told him flat out, man, you a minority in this industry, you know. Call it what you want. Literally. You just face racism. Excuse the way I put it, but racist people do racist things and they say racist things too. They'll smile in your face, be all buddy with you, but really inside they can't, seriously don't like you. And they only buddy with you is because you're on a job with them, or you got some sort of thing in common with them, and that's as far as it goes. And I gotta let them know that when he did that. I excuse the way I put it, you know what I'm saying? In your eyes, you was just a nigger. To be put up with for the time that you was there. But really, they want to hurry you up and get you out of it because they can't stand the sight of you. I mean, I hate to see that bro leave the industry, you know what I'm saying? He makes good videos. They're entertaining at times, you know. But I really didn't see too much dealing with this issue in this industry. And when I went through that yesterday, I said, you know what, I'm going to make a video about this. Because it's not to get back, it's just to point certain things out that's wrong in this industry. And it's 2018, and things supposed to have to change when it hasn't. Only thing they did was evolved it. So in a sense, I guess that is change. It evolved. I mean, I hate talking about President Obama. He's our first mixed race president, but in a lot of people's eyes, he's the first black president. So I give him that. He's the first black president. He did a lot of things right. He did the best he could with, even as the president, he still had foots on the back of his neck. So he couldn't do what he wanted to do. Otherwise, he wouldn't have got that second term. But at the end of that second term, man, look, you should have opened up some serious doors on your way out. Like reparations. is something he's going to have to be looked upon. Should America survive all this that's going on out here in this world? You know, because we're at a serious standoff with China, who has an army that's 1 million strong, both men and women. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I'm not even gonna have this video here edited because it's gonna cost too much for my editor to do. So I'm gonna leave this one unedited. I mean, coming out of the current president, President Donald Trump, he's a fellow Republican of mine. And as I said in another video, I will never consider myself a Democrat because Democrats started under slavery and then never wanted black people to be free. Even after slavery was abolished, they still was run by the KKK and everything else. You know, grand wizards voting against minorities, black people most definitely, but minorities having rights of citizenship here in this country. This is a white man's country in their eyes. When really, the creed of America, you know what I'm saying, tells you, united we stand, divided we fall. You know what I'm saying? I guess it was a united white front, you know, because they showed and look at us. It was the Republican Party that had to make all the changes up until the Democrat put President Obama in office. That was the first of anything that was done by the Democrats for minorities. Well, they've done a lot of things. They're full of minorities. But what I'm trying to, let me reiterate that was the first of anything that they've ever done for minorities. The first woman in office, Republican. Got women the right to vote, Republican. Got black people the right to vote, Republican. There's a whole slew of things Republicans did for minorities. The first everything. The first black person in office. The first politician, Republican. First black politician, Republican. Frederick Douglass. You know, the first of anything. And then I'm looking at how things change. You got all these minorities on the Democrat side that didn't want you to have nothing. And it's the Republicans that fought for you. That's history. To this very day, they even went overseas and liberated countries. They followed the same traditional values of the Republican Party. Not all this new age stuff that's starting to rise up. And I told President Trump that. You know? He tells you that he honors Dr. King, and he got up out of the office. He said they removed what? And he said he got up and he left the office, left everybody sitting there just to make sure that the statue of Dr. King was still there. Yeah, I know a lot of people talk about things from the past, you know. But you got to look at it. When you reach them powerful positions like that, you go eventually deal with those racist agendas. You know, you're going to deal with a lot of those racist entities. Because that's all up at the top anyway. I literally watched a video on YouTube, and I watched certain actors that I used to look up to. And they showed me we're just niggers to them. Especially not the Hebrew, I'm talking about the Jews, the Jewish. The ones, you know what I'm saying? And the things that they're taught in their part of the religion. Their form of the religion, you know. Because when you go through the Bible, you know what I'm saying, you find a lot of black people that are the ones that's really talked about. And they are the major people of the Bible. You know, that's a whole nother video I can make, and I can prove my point. I prove the point to the point when you can't even argue with me over it. But I'm not here to be racist, because I'm not. My bloodline is too fucking mixed for me to be racist. I got family on just about every continent out here. That's DNA proven. So when I looked at that happening yesterday, and I'm like, partly when you dissing me, you're dissing yourself. You idiot. So when it came to President Obama, I love the things that he did. I understood why he made the decisions that he made, you know? Because I believe that had he... Slavery reparations, nobody knew. This is what I really had to look at. No Democrat voted for the slavery reparations in the House. The President Obama was a Democrat. But in the Senate, they passed it unanimously for slavery reparations when President Obama, the first black president, got in office. It passed unanimously. And guess who was the majority in the Senate at the time of his passing? Republicans. So it was going to pass in the Senate anyway. Because the Senate, the Republicans was the ones that introduced it. Not Democrats. They got over to the House, and you had some minorities from the Democratic side talking about it's not sweet enough. Guess what? When the Jewish people got their reparations, it wasn't sweet enough of a deal then, but they took what they got and then they turned around and brought it back and renegotiated it several, not once, not twice, but several times, and made it to what they wanted it to be. So that statement saying that it wasn't sweet enough of a deal, what you want to do? Be handed on the platter? It took a Republican president to get back in the office to get acknowledgement for us even being here. That wasn't Democrats that did that. That was a Republican. The very man in whom you're calling racist. So I'm looking at it for what it is, you know. It was the House back then. The House, the majority was Democrats, and they all voted it down. That's the reason why slavery reparations didn't sit in front of President Obama to get signed or repealed. Or vetoed, excuse me. That was Democrats that did that. And the majority of these minorities out here are Democrat. Now. And so it's been a little switch because now you got all these racist agendas and all the other stuff on the Republican Party. And how can you start off a party that literally started to end slavery? That's what the Republican Party originally was created in the first place, to end slavery. It used to be listed in the history of the Republican Party. To a certain extent, you can still find it there, but it started off in Jackson, Michigan. Then they went down to, I think it was Tennessee, where they officially came out as the Republican Party, and they shut down the Whig Party and then took over everything that the Democrats was doing. And they was not like, big deal. That's how the Republican Party rolled back then. I'm always for the traditional values of the Republican Party, because they're the ones that got me to all this freedom that I enjoy today. Not these Democrats. It was a Republican effort. And this is something that people really need to really think about. How you go from following a party that was created to give you everything you wanted and need, and even to survive in this country. They even gave you your citizenship, and now you're against them. And how did it switch from you to going to being under those grand wizards, voting for those grand wizards of the KKK, putting them in office? And you're talking about the very people that giving you everything. I don't understand that. Period. And then how can it switch to where now the KKK is representing the very party that set out to shut them down, and literally was shutting them down. Excuse me, shutting them down, not shutting. It's my bad. You know what I'm saying? I made a mistake in the pronunciation of a word. It's shutting them down. Now they buddy with that very same party. And now you got all this new wave stuff coming out. It seems like there's been a switch. Or was there really an infiltration? See, I told just by all these powerful Republicans, I believe that you need to get them people with them racist agendas off the party and go back to our traditional values. This is what I personally told them. You know? Because they don't belong on this party. This party was set out to shut everything down that they was doing. So when you got this so-called alt-right type deal, and I'm like, where did this come from? You know where it came from? The Democratic Party. That's where it came from. And the Democratic Party still has a lot of the same issues that it had from when it began. And it's still running to this very day. The Republican Party was infiltrated. I'm a Republican through and through. I stand for the traditional values of the Republican Party, not this new wave stuff, and they all know it. Trust me, they all know it. Up there at the top, they all know that. All the tops, they all know it. I stand for the traditional values, not this new wave stuff. So call it what you want to call it. There's a lot of things going on in this country. And not just this country, in this world. And the world is changing regardless to whether you like it or not. And so therefore, I'm looking at this infiltration as an attack. And if it don't end, I'm going to personally tell you, yes, there will eventually be a civil war fought again on this home soil of America. That is if we survive another world war and stay dominant in this country. Because there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that a lot of people just don't know. And I sit there and well, anyway, my thing about this was about this industry and how to deal with the racism. Take a lot of it that's happened with a grain of salt. At the end of the day, you the one that got to take care of you and your family, not them. You can get out there, argue, and cut out your family support, or you can just tell them peace out. No, I'm not saying be the yes sir. Yes, I'm master all type. No. Because I wouldn't even know. If it really came down to it, then you got to do it. But 9 times out of 10, it's like, how often, I'm traveling this whole entire country, how often am I going to see you again? Unless you actually work at the places that I'm going to. And even then, how often am I going to stop there? How often am I going to get loads sending me there? So, just like what John Cena was saying, for every part of this country he goes to, he has a mindset in which he takes on. Like when you go to San Francisco, he say he puts on his San Francisco type of mind. Whatever that means, I don't know, but I know he has a very lovely wife, So it is what it is. And see, that's what well, I'm not even gonna get into that. Take it with a grain of salt. Continue on your journey. Continue on making money. Continue on living the dream. Have a nice day. Bye.